O God Almighty, save this burning world. Do whatever needs to be done to save us from this fire. Today, amongst the 8 billion people on this beautiful planet Earth, with lot of resources given by the God Almighty, the greed, the ego, the aggressive instinct amongst human beings have turned this beautiful planet into a kind of hell. We may look towards Ukraine, we may look towards Africa, towards South Asia, from Kashmir, Punjab, to the other part of the world. There is suffering, there is hunger, there is injustice, in spite of the fact that during this COVID-19 pandemic, hundreds of thousands of people died, but that has not brought the humanitarianism out of us. When we talk about the Sikh prayer, during the night before going to bed, one hymn which every Sikh recites, which is the hymn of Guru Nanak, and great Rabindranath Tagore, the Nobel laureate in the field of literature, he said that this hymn should be the national anthem of humankind. And that hymn is Gagan mein thal, Ravchand Deepak bane, Tarka Mandal Janak Moti, Roop Malhar Lok Sagal ban raye Fulant Jyoti, Kaisi aarti hoye, Pavkhandna teri aarti, Anvata Shabad Vajak teri. The sky is the platter, sun and moon are like the burning candles in it. The whole of vegetation is like singing the praises of God. The air filled with the fragrance of God reminds us that how beautiful this planet is. Today, the suffering of Ukrainian people, and we are standing in front of the murals of those brave people, those who didn't give up. When we say we are men of God, it doesn't mean that we have to accept every injustice. Very good when we talk about Jesus Christ's message, and when the Roman Empire, which was fearful of Jesus, the fact was that the empire understood that spiritually awakened people can't be politically subjugated. That was the message. And similarly, these brave people, those whose murals we are witnessing, they were the ones who stood up. They said, no more injustice. We are for the values of truthfulness, righteousness, and justice. And if we have to look at the quintessential element of Sikhism, the quintessential element of Sikhism is standing for the justice, standing for peace, standing for humankind. That is the beauty of Sikhism. And Sardar Jaswant Singh Khalra, whose mural you all are seeing, he is that brave soul that in the early 90s, when in the Punjab countryside, which was cut off from the rest of the world, thousands of Sikh young men between the ages of 14 and 28 were being picked up from their homes, taken somewhere, killed, their dead bodies thrown in the fields or the rivers, and the news next day in the Indian newspapers used to be that 10 terrorists killed on this way, that way of the village. And this brave man, he, along with his team, he started as in Sikhism, we don't bury our dead, we cremate them. And as today when we are talking about Ukraine, and our President Biden is saying that how Putin is creating, he has heinous crimes against humanity, as how International Court of Justice is talking about him being a war criminal, as mass burials are being found that what is happening in Ukraine. And this great man, Jaswant Singh Khalra, who was a family man, he has 2 kids, he decided that he has to do something about it. What he did was, as the police, when they used to kill 6 young men, they used to take in the big vans their dead bodies and cremate them together. But as during those cremations, the wood provided by the municipal committee, that has a record in the register, and that record showed that which police officer came, who was the person, and those who were cremated, they were said as unidentified bodies. From there, he collected a data out of 3 cremation grounds in Amritsar and found out that between 92 and 94, over 25,000 Sikh young men, women, and women as old as 80 years old, mother of Sardar Paramjit Singh Panjwad, they were cremated there. And then the head of the police in Punjab said, Mr. Khalra, you are talking about 25,000 unidentified dead. Now I'll make the figure as 25,001. And Jaswant Singh Khalra was picked up from his home and eventually tortured. His dead body was never found, and we consider him as a great founder of human rights in the Punjab's current struggle, Jaswant Singh Khalra. And Jaswant Singh Khalra, before he disappeared or he was picked up, kidnapped and killed, came to Canada. He addressed Canadian cabinet. There was member of parliament from Toronto who was very sympathetic to the Sikhs, and his Canadian friends told him, Khalra, don't go back. We'll arrange political asylum for you. He said, no, I'll go back to my land. I'm standing with the people of my that land which is suffering. And 2-3 months later, after he visited Canada, he was disappeared as well. So thanks to the city of Norwich, you organized with the mayor, all councilmen, a beautiful flag hoisting ceremony in front of the city center. And now we are here in front of the mural, praying before Almighty that, oh God Almighty, give us strength so that we should be able to stand with the downtrodden. We should be able to stand with the oppressed, repressed, suppressed people. Oh God, you are Almighty, you are the final authority, but give us the strength to speak for the values of truth, justice, liberty for all. That is what is the core of Sikhism. Thank you very much.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।